Hi, my name's Chris Smith. I'm the workshop manager at Recycle Bikes to Africa, a UK charity based in Colchester in Essex. Today I'm going to show you how to repair a puncture. Today I'm going to show you how to repair a puncture in a back wheel. A lot of people are afraid of back wheels and how to remove them from the bike. So firstly I'm going to show you how to do that, and then we're going to move on to the puncture repair. First thing you want to do is put your rear derailleur into the highest gear. What we're looking to do is put the chain onto the smallest cog. This bike has a quick release to remove the wheel, where your bike might need a 15mm spanner to remove the back wheel. So I'm going to release the quick release. And remove the back wheel. As simple as that. Okay, now that you've removed your back wheel or your front wheel, next thing we need to do is remove the tyre and the punctured inner tube. For this, you're going to need some tyre levers. Sometimes just one is enough to do this. First thing you need to do is release the tyre from the rim by giving it a squeeze all the way around like this. This will release the tyre from the bead of the rim. Then moving back round to the valve, just here, take your tyre lever and insert under the tyre like this, and then push forward all the way around till you've released the tyre from one side of the rim. Then come back to the valve, push the valve up inside like this and remove the tube. Put the tube to one side. Now we need to remove the tyre from the rim. Like so. So something has punctured this tyre, so we need to check that it's not still stuck in the tyre. So using your fingertips, go inside the tyre and feel all the way round for anything protruding inside the tyre. Your fingertips are very sensitive, so they will find it if there's something still stuck in there. Oh, so in this case I found a thorn. So I'm going to just pick that out with my fingers. That's gone. So the next thing we need to do is repair the tube, or you could replace the tube. So if you have a replacement tube that's the correct size for your tyre, then you can go ahead now and refit that. But before, if you want to patch your tube, which is the more economical way of doing it, then I'm going to show you that next. Now that we've removed the inner tube, we of course need to find the hole, the puncture in the tube. So there's two different ways you can do this. First of all, you need to inflate the tyre. Then you can work your way around the tube, listening to hear if you can hear the air coming out. When you think you've located it, you can hold it near your mouth. Again, you will feel the cold air on your lips. Once you've located the puncture, in your puncture repair kit you should have a very small piece of chalk. You can mark the spot for your puncture. Then also in your puncture repair kit you'd have a small piece of sandpaper. What you need to do now is rub the surface of the tube over the puncture, and this will help the adhesive stick to the rubber. Then you should deflate the tube and then apply your adhesive. You just need a small amount over the hole, and it needs to be bigger than your patch that you're going to stick on. Once you've applied the adhesive, you need to leave that for about a minute to 2 minutes, depending on the temperature. This is a very warm day, so I'd say it's going to be less than a minute until this glue becomes tacky. And when it's tacky, the patch will stick better and it will stick firm. Within your puncture repair kit, there should be a range of different patches in different sizes. Obviously, you choose the patch that you think is suitable for the size of hole that you have in the tyre, in the tube. So, you need to remove the foil side of your patch. Just touch the adhesive with your finger and it should still feel a little bit tacky. And then press the patch on and press it firmly with your thumbs. You leave the backing paper on the patch, and I would suggest that you leave it for at least 5 to 10 minutes, again depending on the temperature, before you attempt to peel off the backing. The patch is now dried onto the tube. We now need to remove this piece of paper on the back. Just gently peel it off without, obviously we don't want to disturb the patch. And then just get your fingers and just move your fingers around the edge of the patch to make sure it's properly stuck. Now in your puncture repair kit, you should have a piece of chalk, a little cube of chalk like this, and a very small abrasive pad. What we do is we put that over the top of the patch and you rub the chalk, and that should deposit some chalk on top of the patch, as you can see there. This is just to dry off any more adhesive that was around the edge of the patch, and also it makes sure that the top of the patch and around the edges of the patch are not sticky, so that when we put this back onto the wheel with the tyre, it doesn't stick to the inside of the tyre. That's very important. Now that we've patched the tube, we need to put everything back together. I would suggest that you just check the inside of your rim to make sure that the rim tape is not damaged in any way and that there are no spokes protruding or the top of the spoke nipple protruding into the rim. So as long as your rim tape's in good order, then we're ready to refit the tyre. This tyre has a directional tread, and a lot of the manufactured tyres will have an arrow on the side of the tyre showing the rotation direction. And as this is a back wheel, we want the cassette or the freewheel on this side, and the rotation then is going in a forward direction. So you need to put one side of the tyre back onto the rim. We just pull it up. There, so it's fitted onto one half of the rim and this side is still open. The next thing you need to do is partially inflate your tube to give it some form. I've already done this earlier. Now, starting with the valve, find the valve hole on your rim. And insert the valve back into the rim. Now what you need to do now is pull the open side of the tyre and seat the tube all the way round nice and evenly. There. Now we need to get this side of the tyre back onto the rim, always starting from the valve. Using your thumbs like this, pop the tube on like that and then work your way round. Move the tyre around. Now you can see this side is still open, and just keep pushing with your thumbs. There. So now it's on all the way around. Next thing you need to do is partially inflate the tyre on the rim. I'm not going to inflate it all the way. It can be about 10 to 15 psi. What you're going to do now is make sure the tyre is properly seated onto the rim. So working your way round with your thumbs again, push your thumbs up and make sure that the tyre is seated into the bead of the rim. Flip the tyre over and do the same on this side until you're satisfied that the tyre is evenly positioned. You also want to make sure that your valve is pointing straight down and is not at a funny angle. Then you can continue to inflate your tyre to the correct pressure that's indicated on the side of the tyre. This is a mountain bike tyre, so for normal sort of everyday use, I would suggest roughly 40 psi and perhaps not any more than that. So the tyre has been inflated and I've replaced the dust cap because I don't want any debris to go in there into the valve. Now I need to put the wheel back in the bike. Now the reason we set the gear to the smallest cog at the back, because I now know there's no pressure on the chain, there's no pressure on the derailleur, and I know that when I put the wheel back in, I'm going to guide the chain onto the smallest cog. And then once it's fully seated, let gravity push down to make sure the wheel is fully into the frame, and then do up the quick release. Or if you don't have a quick release, of course, you need to put the wheel nuts back on and do them up with a 15mm spanner. And that's it. I hope this video was useful. It's not easy to repair your bike when you haven't got access to a local bike shop, as we are at the moment. But you can see it's not that complicated to repair a puncture, and certainly not that difficult to repair a rear puncture, so don't be afraid of it. Thank you for watching. There will be some more videos to follow, so follow the hashtag Bicycle Charity or search for recycle.org Bikes to Africa to find some more videos to come over the coming weeks. The next video we're going to talk about different tyre sizes and how to select the correct tube for your tyre, for your wheel, and the different valve types, and again how to fit a suitable tube to that bike. Thank you.